Hello, so this is Unit 2, it's Theorems of Parallelograms. So these are the notes. By the end of this module, you will be able to prove theorems of parallel lines and then apply that to parallelograms, okay? And then use that to find missing information. So the first thing you need to know, what is a parallelogram? A parallelogram, number one, is a quadrilateral. Okay? Quadrilateral just means it has four sides and the opposite sides are parallel. That's what these arrows mean. The arrows in the middle of the lines mean parallel. So the left and right sides are parallel and the top and bottom sides are parallel. So to write this, you will see that this picture here, the symbol is just a slanted rectangle, and you name the sides, P, Q, R, S. Okay, and you read that as parallelogram, P, Q, R, S. There are four major theorems of parallelograms. First off, parallelograms have four sides. Okay, opposite sides are both parallel and congruent. Congruent meaning equal. Okay, so if this side is 5, this side is 5. Also, opposite angles are congruent. So if this entire angle here is, let's say, 30 degrees, then this entire angle here is 30 degrees because they are opposites, they're on opposite sides of the figure. Consecutive angles, otherwise known as angles on the same side, are supplementary. This falls directly from our theorems of same side interior angles. If these two lines are parallel, AB and DC, that means that this angle BAD here, which is 30, and this angle here, ADC, they have to add up to 180 degrees because they have to be supplementary. So, to find this angle, I would do 180 minus 30, and I would get 150. That is what that angle would be, and ABC here would be also 150. So, by supplementary means add up to 180. Okay. Now, the next thing we will go into further when we discuss more of the coordinate graphing, but the diagonals being the lines that connect B to D and A to C, they bisect each other. Okay. By bisect, it means cut into two equal parts. They meet at the midpoint. So, for example, if I tell you B to O is 5, D to O is 5. If I tell you A to C is 18, so the whole length is 18, I know A to O is 9 and C to O is 9 because I would just cut that into two equal parts. For example, you're just filling in the stuff that you know. Okay, so example 1, okay, says QPS, this angle right here, is 70 degrees. So the other angle I can find is the one immediately across from that. So that would also be 70. So I know that angle QRS, because I have to use 3 letters in this, is 70 degrees. Well, the other trick is I have to find these other angles, PSR and PQR. To do that, I would do 180 minus 70 to get 110. So I know angle PQR equals 110 and angle PSR is 110. And the only other thing that I can find out is that if PQ up here is 5, I know SR has to be the same length, so SR has to be 5. So a lot of this is just filling in what you know. In here, we have to actually solve. So what you have to decide is, are we given sides or are we given angles? So for this one, if you look at x plus 7 and 3x minus 3, those represent sides. Those are on the outside of the figure. They represent sides. So I know opposite sides are equal to each other. So I'm just going to say x plus 7 equals 3x minus 3. Now I can solve for x by subtracting x on both sides, adding 3, and then dividing by 2. And I have found x. Now I have to find y. Y is on the inside and it's put in this corner. So those represent angles. So the trick with this is, are the angles across from each other or are they on the same side? In this case, they're on the same side because they're along that QR line. So angles along that same side add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to do 2y plus 3y plus 30 has to equal 180. I combine my like terms. Because they're on the same side, I just add them together. I subtract the 30. I divide by that 5. And I get that y is 30. In my next example, we just need to fill in stuff. Okay? So again, I'm given FG is 5. So I know JH is 5, so I can fill that in right away. I know GK is 3, so that's this length right here. That means that JK here is also 3, because the diagonals cut each other in half. So if this side's 3, that side has to be 3. I also know that angle J here is 70, so across from it is another 70, and the angle on the same side of it here is 180 minus that 70 to get 110. So you just have to decide, is it opposite sides, is it opposite angles, are they on the same side? And that will help you determine which ones are equal or add up to 180. In this case, again, you're looking at these as being inside the triangle, and they're stuck in the parallelogram, and they're stuck in the corners. So these are opposite angles. So opposite angles are equal to each other. So I'm just going to set up an equation that are equal to each other. I then solve it and I get what my x is. The trick with this question is after I find the x, it says find the measures of angle W and Y. That means I actually have to take my x and I have to plug it in. So my angle W is 3x plus 18. So I'm going to do the 3 times 27 plus 18. That's going to be 81 plus 18, which is 99 degrees. So this is 99 degrees. This has to be 99 degrees. And this last one deals with that last property, where you see that these measurements are not stuck in the corner. They're not angles, so they are diagonals. So I know that this 40 has to be the same as that 2x plus 6. And this 16 has to be equal to the 2y minus 4. So I would do 2x plus 6 equals 40 and solve for x there. And I would do 2y minus 4 equals 16. And I would solve there. Now in this case, the directions just say solve for x and y, which I have done here by just solving an algebraic equation. So use these theorems again. A parallelogram drawn like that. Remember, these opposite sides are always equal to each other. That opposite angles are equal to each other. And the angles along one side of a figure, even if you don't know that, you know that these add up to 180. So I'll do 180 minus 60, and I'll get 120 for this angle, and 120 for that angle. Those are the basic properties using parallel lines. Please complete the practice problems and come to me with any questions. Thank you.